Hi everybody, it's me, it's Michael B. You guys gotta let me know. Remember, when we do this stuff, we never have any idea how we sound, so let me know if the volume's good enough, how I sound compared to the in-game audio. I want to make sure it sounds okay. Let me get the chat back up here on my screen. Want to say hello to everybody. I see Cryotech, JL, S80, Garage Gamer, William was here. Who else am I missing? Puppet Master, what's happening? Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, what's happening? Gibby Gibbertson, Garage Gamer, Crumb, Dylan J, Et Cyclone, Volume Good. Thank you very much, William. Can't hear game, Digipunk says. What's up, everybody? Alright, let me go down and see if I can turn up the game just a little bit. Let me know if you can hear it now. I might have it turned up too much. Let me know, guys. Alright, so tonight we're going to be playing X-Men. I've said it over and over again. Of the games Arcade 1-Up have announced at the new price point, this is the one I'm most likely going to be picking up. I still haven't placed my pre-order yet, but my daughter's a huge X-Men fan. I know this will mean so much to her. So, more than likely, I'll be picking up X-Men. I'm a huge fan of this game, too. This has a lot of nostalgia for me in the arcades. Not everybody's a huge fan. They don't think it's the best beat-em-up type game, but I really enjoy it. Hey, Cryotech6, thank you so much for joining my OnlyFans. I appreciate it, brother. Is this a cab? No, I'm playing this. This is the ROM, William. I apologize if you thought it was the cab. I am playing this on the AtGames Legends Gamer Pro tonight, on a ROM that I got legally. Wink, finger gone. So anyways, perfect audio balance. That's what I like to hear. So, yeah, tonight I'm just going to be checking out the ROM, playing through it, and getting an idea, getting a feel for it again. Now, I've played this recently, so I know where I am on it, but give a chance for people to see how the game plays and see if it's something they're going to be interested in. Some questions I saw in the comments I wanted to respond to about the 6-player thing. People are upset because they're not doing a 6-player cab. But from what I understand, if I go back to that original interview with John D. on Retro Ralph's show, when they did the announcements, the idea was this was going to be a Wi-Fi enabled cab, and up to 6 people would be able to play at once. You don't have any limitations where it's Wi-Fi, up to 6 people can jump in. The only thing I don't get about that is how they're going to do that with the screen, because you look up top now, you've got a 4-player ROM, and there's only 4 coin sections going across. So I don't know where they're going to insert the other players' information. So John D said, yes, up to 6 players through Wi-Fi. I'm saying he said, but he might have said maybe. But I don't know where the other player icons would go. So that's a good question. Digipunk says, this has the best hitboxes of any beat 'em up. I like it. I like it a lot. Hey, Dan in St. Louis, what's happening, brother? Garage Gamer says, you think I'm going to pick Colossus first. And you could not be more wrong. I always play as Wolverine. Always. I know Colossus is arguably the best character to play as. Everybody plays as Colossus, but I can't help myself. I'm always Wolverine. Dylan J, you were right as rain, brother. Yeah, it's one of mine too. I had this on the Xbox as well. I could have played it on the Xbox, but then I wouldn't be using arcade controls. Got it on the 360 Xbox Live Arcade when I thought that's what Live Arcade was going to be. Arcade games. I had this, Turtles. I'm not sure if Simpsons was ever ported to it. And there was also that fake WrestleFest that came out for it too. Ah! Come and get these claws, boys. So yeah, inching closer and closer to putting my pre-order in for this. The other thing that really excites me is the timing of it. This looks like it's going to be released according to what they're saying on the websites, and if they're true, it's going to be released in Canada right around October 31st. My birthday is at the end of October, so the timing's really good. I can justify it because everybody will chip in and put some cash in towards it, and this will be my birthday present. And my daughter's birthday is at the beginning of November too, so that's a good time as well. So I can say this is kind of for her birthday. I can't do that. I won't get away with that at all. Come here. Yeah, I really like the way this plays. I like the feel of it. I really like Konami beat-em-ups. And it's something I gotta say, like, if you're playing a Capcom beat-em-up, all the Capcom beat-em-ups feel like Capcom beat-em-ups sometimes. It kind of all feels like Final Fight a little bit, but the Konami beat-em-ups are very distinct between them. Well, it's not fair to say that about Capcom. The Capcom beat-em-ups, I find, are more similar than the Konami beat-em-ups from one game to the next. Maybe that's a more fair statement. I'm not saying anything bad about Capcom because, hey man, if it's good, it's good. And that's not 100% true either, because when you get down to, like, Knights of the Round and King of Dragons, I mean, that's a different experience altogether. Oh my goodness. Sure, let's just get the crap kicked out of us here. Good thing I got healing abilities. It would have been cool if they added that into the game as well. Come on, Pyro. Spam, spam, spam. What a tough enemy. Hey, Nick Manson, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate that, man. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much for the super chat. Trying to get a swig of coffee. It is so warm here tonight, guys. Yeah, unfortunately, we started collecting the X-Men figures at the worst possible time. So we managed to get a couple. Like, we got Rogue and Gambit, as those were going out on clearance at Toys R Us Canada. And we got the new Beast and new Storm. But I wish we had started collecting them when they first started to come out. It's like the Spider-Man toys. Like, I can get J. Jonah Jameson now and Black Cat, but I mean, you know, I've missed so many, like Electro, like, it's just late. Sleep at the Switch. And it's funny that the only enemies in this game are, well, not the only enemies, but the enemies in this game are Sentinels. I mean, it's a good foot soldier, you know what I mean? Because who else would you beat up thousands of times if it wasn't like a robot? Hey, Ezekiel, thank you so much, brother. Thank you for joining my OnlyFans, man. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Dan, that burger I had today was unreal. That's probably my new favorite one. It had brisket in it. It had bits of, like, taco seasoning. It had jalapenos. Oh, it was unreal. Smash burger. And usually I go with one of their specialty fries. I just went with the normal one today. And I'm glad because it didn't take away from the flavor of the burger at all. Today was a very, very good lunch. I'm trying to diet more. Like, P-Dub saw me, called me last week, and I'm out. I've been lifting weights for a while again now. Not anything serious. Like, you know, I'm not going to be the next Adonis anytime soon. I'm just doing some light lifting because, you know, I'm 40 and I'm not exactly in good shape, so I don't feel like putting too much pressure on my heart. But I've also been walking for doing some hiking for about an hour a day, sometimes 2 hours, and I'm trying to get back in shape. And the biggest battle with that is, like, I don't eat junk food. I just burgers. You know what I mean? I love burgers. I don't eat terrible. It's just, well, I do, right? So anyways, I got to cut those burgers down to once a week. And I feel bad, right? Because the food trucks walk around, and I'm sure you've seen that line in The Simpsons where Homer's at the graveyard after Bleeding Gums Murphy dies, and Marge says to the hot dog vendor, "Do you follow my husband around?" And the hot dog vendor says, "Lady, he's putting my kids through college." I feel like that's Johnny and Maze on their support structure that way. But anyways, it'll taste better if I have it less. That's what I'm trying to tell myself. It'll be more special. So I'm trying to eat boiled chicken breast again. Trying to get fit like I was when I met my wife. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, the real reason is mainly, you know, I'd like to see my daughter graduate, at least kindergarten. And, like, I'm not noticing big changes right away. I haven't noticed, like I'm thinner already, but I have noticed my clothes starting to fit a little bit more comfortable, and that's the big thing. Probably oversharing here, guys, and I apologize if I am. You didn't come here for my weight loss journey. You came here to watch me play X-Men. So warm. What are you doing, Mike? I'm also adverse to the jump kick. Like, that's my biggest enemy. Like, when I play NES beat-em-ups, I hate using the jump kick. I just want to mash everything. So I'm trying to learn different strategies. But, like, if there comes a boss where you have the jump kick, like, I phase out at that point. And I'm like, nope, this game is stupid. Forcing you to jump kick. Oh, it is so warm here. That was a waste. So let me know, anybody else in the chat, is anybody else going to be picking up X-Men? I gotta get some water. I'm dying here, guys. I have not watched Suicide Squad yet. I'm waiting. I haven't tried Shake Shack or In-N-Out yet, Garage Gamer. Thanks, Agent Chris. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, I know. Needs the 90s cartoon theme music. Absolutely does. That's wild. No to X-Men, Tony C says. So, there's a really funny story about this arcade. I can't remember where I've read it to. But, apparently, like, this arcade was supposed to tie in directly to the X-Men cartoon on Fox. So, you know the cartoon you're talking about with that amazing music? Dun, 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 dun. But that's my kid's favorite thing to do, too, by the way, is wait to hear guitar covers of that X-Men theme. So, anyways, this game was supposed to tie in directly. And all the same characters that are in this were also supposed to be in the cartoon. But because the cartoon was such a mess and like so hard for them to write all the time and do everything with, it had so many changes that Colossus like only came out as a big character afterwards. Wasn't a main character. Beast wasn't even supposed to be in the cartoon, then became a regular character. Dazzler is nowhere to be found except she's in that episode where they go and meet Sebastian Shaw and during the Dark Phoenix saga. Like, tons of changes happened, so like the people who made the game were pissed at Fox and the cartoon. Run the blob! Take this, Blobo. Newbie. knock him down. You hit him high, hit him high, hit him high, and I'll hit him low, hit him low, hit him low. Dazzler was just okay. Nobody plays as Dazzler.
However, we had time to locate their base on Island M.
Tony C says Tron is my final one-up. I don't know. I'm at that point. My wife, I told her I did something. I did something. So I lost my chip. My addiction got the best of me, and I bought something 2 nights ago. Was it 2 nights ago or last night? Can't remember. 2 nights ago. So I made a purchase directly from Arcade 1-Up, and the Outrun stand-up cabinet is orders placed. They haven't shipped it out to me yet. I keep checking for the last 2 days. It hasn't come out yet. Hopefully it's not a Burger Time situation where I'm waiting months for it to ship. So anyways, I broke down and got it. And my wife's like, when's enough going to be enough? And I was like, well, baby, I can just sell cabs. I really don't want to get into that as a habit. I like what I have, so we'll see. Oh, guys, and while I'm here, don't forget tomorrow night to tune in. The 50th episode of Super Game Room Dudes. Going to be super exciting. We'll be going live at 9 p.m. Eastern on the Super Game Room Dudes channel. 50 great episodes. And rumor is that Nostalgia will do the entire episode nude. You heard it here first. So this episode, this stage is supposed to represent like the Savage Land. Oh, also that X-Men cartoon, like if you go and listen to the stories about it, like behind the scenes, like sometimes it would take them like a month to do an episode. Like I look at it and I'm like, how did this even get made? like cartoons back then, like the whole trick was to try to get like 100 made as soon as possible so you could get it in its syndication, because that's where you made all your money from a cartoon. I don't know what happened with that. They were so complex. And I mean, like, it was really interesting because some of the issues they dealt with were not the regular laissez-faire for a cartoon. Sure, we all learned lessons from cartoons, but X-Men was, it was hard, like, talking about segregation and differences. They really dealt with a lot of complex issues. Sure, they had an overtone of, well, it's mutants, but, I mean, man, really, really, you're looking back on it now, it was a smart cartoon. And before its time, for sure. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing was Wolverine was in it, he had class, and it had that banging theme. Ah! I love the hit detection in this game. Love how everything feels. I just enjoy it. I'm not going to switch to Colossus. Sometimes I'll play as Cyclops, too. I like Cyclops. I like the cartoon, guys. I can't help myself. Need another water? Crush Gamer about to start another game room down in the basement. Good job, Jason. 3rd floor. Jason 3rd and -1 floor arcade. That's your new YouTube name. It is so uncomfortably humid here. Like, here's the thing. We live in Newfoundland, which is an island off the coast of Canada, and all year it's cold, it's windy, you never know when it's going to be wet, but there's a very magical time in the summer where it's not hot like a desert or like in the States where it's really nice and comfortable. It's just awkwardly humid. Cyclops has bad reach. Yeah, but I like Cyclops' special weapon. If I ever got to deal with Mr. Sinister, I'm ready to go. What's a shame is that there was never a sequel to this. That's the truth. Like, I can live without there being a Simpsons sequel, but there definitely should have been a sequel to this. The other thing, too, I really like about this one is the fact that we're getting Captain America and the Avengers, and I really, really like that game, too. I love the fact that they went outside the box and got Data East, well, G-Mode and Marvel and everybody working together with Konami to make that cab happen. Sure, it would have been nice if they could have stuck like Sunset Riders or another Konami 4-player game on the cab, but guys, we're not going to see that. Like, if it's Marvel, expect it to have more Marvel, nothing else. Simpsons, expect more Simpsons. Turtles, same thing. Like, I don't think you're going to get a Konami cab. These are all branded, not so much by the game developer, but by the brand. And that's how we're going to see these arcade one-ups. If you want a cab with hundreds of games on it, well, go get like a multicade on the go and use your discretion for how many games you want to put on it. Come on, Wolvie. All right. Also, see if anybody's in the chat doing a... Oh, here we go. There it is. There it is. This game has that dubious distinction. One of those, all your base air belong to us. Hey! Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger. I just emailed you about the Chicago trip. Let's eat some Chicago tacos and pizza. Here's to your daughter's X-Men cab. I ordered 3 from Target at that lower price. 1 to keep stock and 2 to mod. Thank you so much, Ezekiel. And yeah, let's absolutely talk. I've gotten a couple messages and people reached out. So what I'm going to do is, I think the best thing to do about setting up the trip is to set up like some kind of Facebook page and set up like some calls where we can connect and kind of hash things out. Like me talking to everybody individual. Like, we're not going to get anywhere that way. So I'm going to set up a group or some kind of group chat. I'll figure it out, ask everybody what's the best way for us to get in contact, and then we'll do it that way. This game is epic, 100%. Want to buy my Captain America cab, Mike? If it wouldn't cost me so much to get it here, maybe we'll talk, Nick. Maybe. Oh, I want Real Arcade so bad. I don't know if you guys are familiar with my buddy Conti here in Canada. Wendigo! Conti wrote me last night, and there was a working Terminator 2 by him on the buy and sells, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And it was only like $500, and I was like, oh man, like literally, that is nuts. And he said, I don't have room. Like, if I had access to real arcades, like real access, like you guys don't know. You don't understand. The thing I'm bad with arcade one-ups. Arcade one-ups, I can say, well, it's at the store, or, I can order it, but I mean, like, when it's, like, if there was an arcade online and I could just go pick it up, like, my FOMO would be even worse. Ooh, Wendigo! Zero Hero, what's happening? I know, Zero Hero. I'm sorry, brother. So I was up till 4 o'clock last night, filming video, capturing video for review. I haven't done a real review in a long time, but this one's going to be not like a long review, but it's a quick review on the AtGames arcade control stick for the ALP. So I ended up shooting a lot more footage than I intended to, but I shot like 3-4 hours of footage last night. I was hoping to script today, but today was like a family day, like a civic holiday. We have these boat races here called the Regatta, and it's all these like 5-man crew boat races. So instead of writing scripts, I went swimming with my daughter, did a bunch of stuff around the house, hung out with my wife, so the script wasn't happening. I also shot like a funny clip for Super Game Room Dudes tomorrow, and I've had a busy day. I wanted to relax and play this tonight, so thanks guys for joining me and letting me do that. And I apologize, I'm not going to get that review done this week. Hopefully early next week I'll have that out. And also, Buy Stuff Store sent me their riser extenders for the Arcade 1-Up cabinets. And you guys know I got those legacy cabinets, and I mentioned in my review on both Midway and Capcom, they should have been a little bit higher, so I'm really excited to see how the riser extenders help with that issue on those. Because, like, I don't mind playing with a bench, except for fighting games. Like, if I'm going to play a fighting game, bench, I mean a stool. If I'm going to play a fighting game, I want to stand. You can't awkwardly do those terrible Hadoukens that I do sitting, can you? I could just learn to do it sitting on a stool. I gotta grab more water. Holy God, it's so warm here. Well, I think, Bob, what we're looking at doing now is a possibility of doing 2 meetups per year. We'll do one in Chicago, one in Vegas. Hell, we could even do more. I'd still love to do the Fun Spot trip. I know it's nothing else but Fun Spot, but my idea is, I call it a convention, but it's more so just a meetup where we can go do a bunch of cool shit and go see, like, really cool arcades. Yeah, 100%. Like, if we can get it going, there should be some kind of live stream component where people can still attend and hang out. I don't want to exclude anybody. Definitely not. It's probably poor advertisement for the upcoming Arcade 1-Up game that every time I pause it, the At Game stuff comes up. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Like, you have no idea how humid it is. You probably do. I am excited to play this Wi-Fi, but there's downsides to a Wi-Fi too. Like, it'll be like the arcades. So, say somebody wants to join you, I'm assuming they'll join you mid-game. Like, you won't have to start a game with that person, or I'm sure it'll give you the option. I'm interested to see how the Wi-Fi will work with that. Like, I mean, with a fighting game, it's pretty easy, but like a game in progress, NBA Jam would be a good barometer. Because, like, if you join a game, you join it in progress. So I'm assuming that's how it'll work in this, or you can choose to start a game with somebody. I'm interested to see how it is. I think it'll be good. I hope it will be anyways. So that'll be my first experience with the Wi-Fi beat-em-up. I've heard of rumors people should start receiving their big blue cabs sometime in the next couple of weeks. Like, we're not slated to get them till September here in Canada, but there was a post that they had come in on the docks. There's a video out there of Justin Wong with one already. So Big Blue should be on the horizon, and I know everybody is going to be playing some Street Fighter Online for a while. And I'm sad I'm going to miss out on that. Like, my FOMO is really bad, but at the same time, man, I can't buy a second Street Fighter cab this year. That game lineup is good. The Wi-Fi component really makes me happy, but, you know, I just bought Capcom Legacy, so. And I'm out of room. And money. And I bought Outrun, which is going to cost me close to $1,000 to get here. So, yeah. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Why do I keep pressing the wrong button? I will say that's a component of the multicade I don't like. Like, sometimes you're not familiar with where the buttons are, so you end up pressing the wrong button and stuff like that comes up. I've talked about it even with the Arcade 1-Ups. It's like playing Paperboy on your Midway Legacy cabinet. I mean, sometimes in order to get the game working, there's concessions with the multicade, right? That takes you out of the original experience just a little bit. And that's where Arcade 1-Up can differ sometimes. Nimrod! Oh, he is kicking my ass. Not anymore. Nimrod! Oh! Don't know what happened there. Nimrod! Wow! And what's happening, Crypto Coop? What about splitting up locations and having them during the same weekend?
You must rescue the professor.
splitting up locations and having them during the same weekend. No, I don't want to miss anything. I'm selfish that way. This isn't WrestleMania 2. We don't need to do that. We can all do. We can just do multiple trips. We don't need to do it all in the same weekend. I would love to go to Chicago. Galloping Ghosts, like chance to try to visit Stern, Jersey Jack, II Arcade, Pizza. Like Vegas. I mean, Vegas is awesome because Pinball Hall of Fame and Vegas. I don't know. I don't think there's a wrong answer there. There's even like a good bar scene, like barcade scene in Denver, Colorado, believe it or not. Oh, I didn't get a chance to watch B Kong tonight, the next level. I gotta go back and watch that after I finish this. I forgot what time he was on. I actually hope I'm not streaming against him. Yeesh, didn't even think about it. I'm the worst. I'm the worst YouTube friend. Whew. Let's get P-Dubs to come. Oh, P-Dubs is, if it's Chicago, P-Dubs is definitely coming to Chicago. P-Dubs wants to do both, man. Like, he wants to go to Vegas. He mainly wants to go to Vegas to go visit Rexer, right? Oh, Josh Cortez, that's a loaded question there, man. Between Marvel and Star Wars Pinball, depends on what you get, and depends on what games you like. I know that's a cop-out answer, but I can tell you I like both of them about the same. For me, like, it would come down to artwork. I think some of the Marvel games may be a little bit better. The Star Wars games are a little bit more video gamey. So it depends on what you like. Okay, perfect. Oh, thank you so much, Jason. I felt so bad. So bad. I didn't want to give them a hard time. Like, I'm terrible for that. And I know, like, you know, there's thousands of YouTubers. Like, it's impossible not to do when somebody else is. But I always try to be as courteous as possible. And I know I don't have to, but can't help myself. He looked like he had a really good show on tonight. I mean, the return of Rexer to YouTube, Retro Ralph, and then talking about the Donkey Kong mods. I mean, that's definitely one cabinet that, if anybody wants Donkey Kong, more than likely you're going to have to mod it. It's like an original copy of WrestleFest with the original wrestlers in it. That's another mod, too. Here's another character that does not get enough attention. Emma Frost. What the heck is this? These are the Mousers. A weird bunch of bosses right in a row. Like, here's what fascinates me. How did they make a Batman game like this? Like, we got that awesome Konami Batman beat 'em up. I guess that would be the closest to this. But then they had the stupid action platforming stages in it. Like, I love the Batman Konami Super Nintendo game. Like, as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, how didn't we get a Batman game like this? And I was like, oh yeah, we did on the Super Nintendo. It was fantastic. But how didn't they do an arcade game? Like, can you imagine if Konami had actually turned that Super Nintendo game into an arcade game? That would have been money, man. Oh, Wolvie, you're not doing so well, brother. Probably next time I stream, I'm going to be doing Captain America and the Avengers. Captain America and the Avengers. I went through a but when I was last collecting like retro games hardcore, I went through a big superhero binge at one point and like went and picked up every Marvel superhero game. I hit several copies of Spider-Man X-Men Arcade's Revenge. So there's a Punisher bad guy, Marvel bad guy, that actually looks exactly like this in the Punisher game, too. Oh, that's the hardest thing about letting Marvel superheroes go, guys, is no more Punisher in my arcade. But I don't know what to do. Like, I've got one of these things right now where I want to let go of Marvel superheroes because I don't play the 2 fighting games on it. I have X-Men vs. Street Fighter. I don't play that much anymore now either. I'm going to miss the Punisher a ton, but it doesn't have a light-up marquee, and I can't be having arcade machines without light-up marquees. And I don't want to go third-party. I only want to go with the first-party one. Juggernaut. What you should have been compared to what you were in the movies. Well, you were pretty good in Deadpool 2, I can't say that. Deadpool 2, they got it. King Marco. Nice polo.
Nice job.
Yeah, I really like playing Pinball FX3 on my ALP. I haven't figured out the, I don't know what you call it, the flipper yet with the joy to key. Not the flipper, the plunger. I'm still having issues with that. That's the only thing that's really taken away from my gameplay experience right now is I haven't figured out how to get the flipper. And I mean, the flipper is so important for the skill shots. Get out of here. Guys are the worst. No more guns. This looks like, oh my god. This looks like Earthbound. Well, yeah, just waste them all here. I don't care. I just don't want to deal with this. Oh. So guys, who do you think they're going to introduce into the Marvel Cinematic Universe first? Fantastic Four or X-Men? Watch now, be surprised when it'd be Deadpool. I know there's a Deadpool 3 on the way, so. But Deadpool's so easy to do anyways. Like, all this stuff's probably going to come out with the multiverse stuff. Like, I'm very excited for, I mean, there's so many cool things, like, unreal things happening right now in, like, cinema. Like, the fact that they're doing, like, this Flashpoint movie with Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne again. Like, I'm so excited about that. And Spider-Man No Way Home, where Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, all the other, like, on-screen Spider-Mans are going to be there. Like, this stuff just, like, has me completely nerding out. Like, nerding out to the nth degree. I'll be honest with you, like, after I was a kid, I wasn't a big comics fan anymore, so I didn't read a lot of the comics and didn't follow it. And I've mostly been a Marvel fan through the cinematic universe. And, like, movies. That's how I've been following it. So also, all my expectations are, hey, how come this movie doesn't follow the storylines I remember from when I was 13 in 1993? Polo, are you enjoying your ALP, brother? I'm glad you finally got it, man. Like, you were setting some crazy scores up just using, like, the regular PC gamepad. So, let's see what you can do now that you get the machine in front of you, brother. Oh, I need... Michael Keaton Batman gets a big thumbs up. He's my favorite Batman. Like, I've gone through it, and I was so excited about the hype for The Dark Knight. But for my money, over and over again, Batman 89 is the best Batman movie. Prove me wrong. Yeah, a lot of people, like, I got a really good buddy of mine, Weekend Game Guy, who just, like, hates the Marvel Universe. But he also, like, he gets, like, strange. Like, he doesn't like streaming shows. He's like, I don't like it that it's all lumped in. I don't want to watch it all together. I'm like, that's such a weird reason not to follow something. These enemies were a little bit random, weren't they? This is like a fighting game trope, too. Like, there's a point in Night Slashers where you just randomly take on, like, some Egyptian... Or another game, I'm trying to remember what it is. You just randomly start taking on some Egyptian Sphinx-type bosses. Oh my god. Of course, she's gonna take on the other one for no reason at all. Ah, almost had it. Oh, tough guy. I haven't watched Ted Lasso at all. Have not watched it. I've heard so many good things about it. Everybody says you gotta watch Ted Lasso.
Magneto is planning to attack Earth from his asteroid base. You must
Arnold stole it in Bat Nipples.
go after the giant
Oh, Batman and Robin. So many things wrong. Like, for me, I'll tell you what I liked about it. Like, I love Tim Burton, but I love Tim Burton constrained. That would be the best way to explain it. So, Tim Burton made the first Batman. They gave him a chance, but, like, he had a lot of pressure on him to make things somewhat normal. That's why Batman 89 was so good. And then they let him just have free reign for Batman Returns. And he made Penguin too weird and, like, I don't know. It's just, it was too much. But it was a beautiful movie and so cool. But, yeah, Penguin eating raw fish on my screen, I didn't dig that. Michelle Pfeiffer was incredible in that movie, though. All right. Back to the business. I've explained this before, too. So people are like, oh, man, like, how can you want to beat 'em up? You beat it once and you're done with it. Like, I can play beat 'em up over and over again. This is like how I relax. I just cruise through beat 'em up. It's stress-free. You can choose to stress yourself by limiting the number of quarters if you want a challenge. But realistically, I just dig it. Like, for anybody who says, oh, that is not a challenge, you beat it once you're done. No, man, you make your own challenge then. I mean, what you do is you give yourself a set number of quarters, like I always do it with Turtles. I start myself with 30 lives, and if I don't get through, I don't get through. That's it. Now, to be honest, a lot of times I'll just quarterback in because I want to see the end. But, you know, you set it up. you set your own challenge with a beat 'em up that you dictate the number of lives you want to give yourself. You want that challenge. And the ability to play online with friends, I think that'll add something to it. So for me, like, I'd have a basement full of beat 'em up games. I'm totally fine with that. I love them. That was, you know, right in my age range when I was in the arcades. That's what I fondly remember. They were quarter munchers. Sometimes there's not that much skill to them, but man, they're fun. Like, I got to play Golden Axe this morning. Woke up this morning and my wife had somebody into the house doing some cleaning for her. And, you know, pretty much the whole house was off limits. So I went down to my arcade and played through Golden Axe. And man, oh man, like, what a way to start your day. Nice and relaxed the rest of the day, then. Yeah, Turtles Up is probably still my most played beat 'em up tab. I played Final Fight a ton too because you got the beat 'em up on Final Fight, but also 1944 is an awesome, just fun shmup playthrough. And that's another one I'm surprised Arcade 1-Up hasn't done more. Like shoot 'em up cabinets. Like I don't get it how we haven't really seen one. Bob, you're being a bit rough here. Wendigo! I like a TV show by the name of Supernatural. I don't know if you guys ever seen it before. Anyways, one of their early episodes, they actually went and took on a Wendigo. And like, it's one of my favorite episodes they ever did, actually. But if you ask the cast, everybody hates it because like they didn't really have a good budget back then. So like the creature wasn't really well fleshed out. But I mean, the rawness in that first couple seasons of Supernatural was just so good. It was before everything got too far-fetched. Like, you know, back when a demon was a demon. Like, you could not kill it. It was a challenge. Towards the end of the series, they were just like, ah, it's a demon. Stab, he's dead. Now, think about turtles. Can you imagine just walking up to an enemy and hitting them the way I've been doing with these? Never in a million years happen. Nimrod! Is it done? Oh my god. Juggernaut, why do you need a gun? You're the Juggernaut. Nimrod. You guys are going to be tired of me saying Nimrod by the end of this, that's for sure. Now Juggernaut's running around.
I am Magneto. You are nothing.
You're not the master of magnetism. The master of magnet. That's right. I am Magneto, the master of magnet. Well, if you're Magneto, how come you're not magnetizing? Oh, I knew it wasn't you, Magneto. because I've played this game like 100 times before.
Alas, that was Mystique, not Magneto.
I do really like the boss rush. That's a really cool touch in this. Like, they should have done that in Turtles. I think they did it in the Sega Genesis Manhattan Project. I think there is a boss rush at some point. Those magnet kicks. Oh, have any of you guys beat Marvel vs. Capcom yet? Oh my god, that in-boss, that's, what is he called? Onslaught? Oh, what a son of a... Man, he sucks! I have news for you, Magneto. You ain't got much left in the tank, brother.
X-Men, you are dead.
Oh my god.
You are helpless. Die. You are dead.
Get out of here. Wow! How do you have so much juice left, buddy?
You are helpless against my power, X-Men.
You are the master of magnet. Oh no! No!
You are dead. Kill you.
Classic Konami flashing bag guy. There it is! Boom! I am victorious! I always play as Michelangelo, no matter the version. Always. What is this? Daytona, USA, I think. Are you guys talking about the next driving cab? What makes you think it's not pole position, fellas? What a great game. What an absolute great game. How different the cartoon would have looked if this was the actual characters they used. Dazzler, she also showed up in that episode with Emma Frost. Oh my god, with Sebastian Shaw. What were they called? It was during the Dark Phoenix saga. Hellfire Club. Hellfire Club. Because Dazzler was the singer at the club that Jean thought Cyclops was cheating on her with. Well, like, it seems like Ralph has some kind of knowledge about what Arcade 1-Up's doing, because, like, he's picking up real arcade cabinets that then they coincidentally make anyway. So Ralph just messed around with a Road Blaster, so maybe they got a Road Blasters coming out. I don't know. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to do a quick playthrough at X-Men, show you guys a game I really love. I think this is, of the ones they've announced, this is the one I'm probably going to pre-order. This is the one that's definitely going to be added to my arcade, I think. I just got to make room for it. Let me know what you think. Is this one you're interested in? If so, do you want to get it? Are you excited for the Wi-Fi on it? How do you think it's going to work? Will voice chat improve the experience? Seems like we're getting that as well. Guys, let me know in the comments. Anyways, everybody, have a wonderful night. Thanks for hanging out for me while I played this tonight. This is Michael B. the Game Genie. I'll talk to you guys next time.